Christy. We're here with Automation on a Mission with your latest Tidbit Tuesday, and in this video we're going to talk about creating custom fields and using them as merge fields in your email content. So before I dive into the actual using them in your emails, I just want to sort of review specifically what I'm talking about. Now, when we go through and review what Automation on a Mission can do before somebody signs up, we like to talk about how, the goal here is to make sure that you are creating a system that specifically tracks the information that matters the most to you in your business. So if I go into a contact record and I look at name, email, phone number, date of birth, yada, 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 these are just normal CRM fields, right? And your field, like pretty much from this point forward, it's going to be unique and special to your business specifically. And the reason why that matters is because you shouldn't have to do, mental Olympics in order to effectively track the information that matters the most to you in your business. So for example, let's say you are running a pet cleaning business. You might want to know how many pets the person has. What kind of dogs do they have? Is your dog aggressive? And maybe that information then gives you a different way of communicating with them, as an example. So for another, sort of seeing that example to completion, if you know a dog is aggressive, maybe one of the things that you ask in an automation is if they say, yes, their dog is aggressive, they may get a different set of email reminders that are specifically about making sure that you have an appropriate muzzle, or who knows, I don't know, I'm not a dog groomer, and that sort of information. Maybe you want to do something in an email where you mention, hey, I know you have 5 dogs, and with that information, I'm going to give you a special, discount rate because you have 5 dogs, as an example. So how do you go and create this question, how many pets do you have? So I'm going to pop down here to settings, and I'm going to go to custom fields. And the cool thing is I can create custom fields here, and I can also create them in my forms, and I'm going to show you that as well. Now once I do it in an email, the field has to already exist. So I'm going to come up here to the green button that says add a field, and I'm going to say, maybe I want to do, I'm going to do a radio select, and I'm going to say, is your dog aggressive? And because I've got a thing that says pet information, I'm going to then group this question there just to keep my stuff organized. Yes, my dog is aggressive. No, my dog is not aggressive. And we can even go the extra mile and put some pictures in there, yada, yada, yada. Okay, now I have my field created. Now I can go and incorporate that field into my upcoming automations, into my email communication, etc., etc. Now the question, or the one that I want to use in my email is this one right here. So I want to pop back over to my main navigation, and I'm going to go to marketing, and I'm going to go to emails, and I'm going to click on a new email, and I'm just going to create a blank one. And remember we talked about we're going to give a special discount to the person who has 5 dogs. So hey, notice this little guy right here that says custom values. So if I click on this guy right here, I can get merge fields like standard things out of the box, like name, address, email, things like that. But I also can get my custom fields. Thank you so much for being a valued customer of my business, Wags a Lot. Because you have how many? Now I could scroll through all these things. Notice it tells me where it is, custom fields. So what I'm trying to say here is because you have 5 animals, because you have X number of animals, maybe I want to create the illusion that this discount is just for them. Maybe I want to search for anybody who in their list of responses has any number more than 1, so that this email works grammatically, just as a simple example. I can search for that field. So When I click on this little guy right here that's got the like insert, like it's got the cursor on it, if I scroll all the way down, I get my custom values, and then also under contacts, I have custom fields. Now there's a whole bunch of other stuff we can stick in here as well, but for the sake of this exercise, I'm specifically focusing on custom fields. So if you can't remember what the name of the field is, you can always scroll as well. But again, I'm lazy, so I'm going to say, how many pets do you have? Okay, so because you have, and then it's going to insert 2, 3, 13 animals in your home, I'm giving you this very special discount. Now you can use this in any way, shape that you want. So let's say, for example, you are creating emails that go out to your community of prospects that have just entered your ecosystem, and you want to acknowledge what lead magnet they filled out. This is actually really common for us. This is pretty much how we set up your system when we're doing a done for you set up for the perfect customer journey. So if you have 1 lead magnet, doesn't matter. If you have 5 lead magnets, still doesn't matter. We're going to build into our automations and our strategy so that when we start saying, in our indoctrination series, I know you entered our world via, and then insert lead magnet, you could say it's, building the perfect customer journey. You could say it's finding a framework for finding clients fast. It could be my checklist for this. It could be my workbook for that. Any number of those things. And I have an automation that, or I'm sorry, not an automation. I have that custom field that specifically records what lead magnet they asked for. So then when they hit the welcome series, I can use the merge field. Every single lead magnet automation assigns the lead magnet they requested. So no matter whether they came from any one of those 6 different lead magnets, it's one welcome series and it works for everything. So that's a way that you can use custom fields in your emails. And what it does is it saves you from having to create 7 different versions of the same email so that you don't have to worry about that one thing. So I could create, let's say I have people that have anywhere from 2 to 6 animals. That's 4 different, 2, 3, 4, 5 different emails that I would hypothetically have to write. But because I know how many animals they have, I can just put that as a merge field in here. So that's just a way that you can utilize this to make this, go that much further in your business. As always, let us know if you have any questions.